Hi Stampers! Aw, thanks for joining me. My name is Kelly Entz from Stamping with Kelly, and you can find me online under that tag everywhere, even my website, www.stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net. And welcome to your Looking Up card class. I'm so glad that you're joining me. This is a recorded video, so I'm actually recording this today. Is a very exciting day. It's January 4th, 2022, and that's the very beginning of our new promotion, Celebration. Celebration is Stampin' Up's biggest special of the year, and we're actually holding it twice a year now with different offerings at both events. So this one is going to be running now until the end of February. And you've got exclusive product that you can receive for free with every $60 order increment. Some of the items are available only with a $120 order increment. So I'll take you through that in just a little bit and explain that to you a little bit more. But this is a kind of an interesting class. This is like something old, something new class. So I'm taking a kit from a few years ago. You might have received this if you're one of my club members or my downline members. You would have received maybe a box that looked like this, or else some little supplies that look like this. And that's what we're going to be using today, but I'm going to be showing you all kinds of stuff. So using many different things from our new mini catalog and Celebration, and even some items from our annual catalog, so that you can see how to think outside the box with Stampin' Up's kits. That's my goal with this class, is that you'll look at kits maybe in a different way, as maybe not like the exact projects that you would make with them, but a starting point for your creativity to, just take off. So I really hope that you are inspired. I'm going to show you quite a few different things. So you might want to craft along with me, or you might just want to have me playing in the background and be exploring in your craft room. You might just want to watch. I don't know. However you want to do it, you can do it. I'm going to show you a few different things today, though. I'm going to take you through some of my promotions here. I want to make sure that everybody knows about my mini catalog product sampler. This is a fantastic way of getting your hands on all of the different supplies that are coming out in the new mini catalog. So that's the one that I just showed you here. So I'm going to point you down to my desktop, and I'm going to show you what's actually included in my product sampler. So this is available to be mailed as well. So you can imagine if it's going through the mail as a letter mail, it's going to be quite compact, but you're going to get so much stuff in here. So what I like about this is that it skips all the extra packaging and everything like that, and you just get to play with everything that's in the new catalog. So what I'm focusing on are the designer series papers. So I'll just take it a little bit closer here. So the designer series papers, you actually get one of each of those sheets. So the 12 by 12 ones are going to be cut down to 6 inches by 6 inches. We have a new format here, which is 4 inches by 6 inches, and some of them are just 6 inches by 6 inches regularly. So every single pattern that's pictured on this page, you're going to get a square of that to play with. So 6 inches by 6 inches is a great size to store. It's really easy because it fits in all kinds of file folders or even little envelopes. And it's wonderful because it will give you a taste, and so you can see exactly which patterns you love if you want to buy full packs of any of these. So in addition to that, though, my kit includes a lot more. So up at the top here we see our paper. The ones with X's by them are not conducive to sharing, but you'll see here the mother of pearl specialty paper. You're going to get a 6 inch by 6 inch sheet of that, as well as 6 inch by 6 inch of the supple shimmer, and that comes in 2 colors, so the pink and like the silvery blue. You're also going to get some of the vellum, and this is coming in black and white, and it will be cut down to 6 inches by 6 inches. You're also going to get a yard of each of my ribbon colors that are coming out here. So we've got a cotton ribbon duo, we've got a denim ribbon, evening evergreen. I didn't include the twine just because that can be kind of finicky in a ribbon share, but you get 1 yard of the real red faux linen, soft succulent, satin shimmer, the white frayed ribbon as well. So you get 1 yard of each of those to play with. Then in terms of embellishments, you will get a strip of the adhesive backed hexagon. So I'm going to show you, well, I'll show you maybe how much you're going to get of things. So say for example, this one here is our new iridescent rhinestone pack. You're not going to get a full sheet of that. That would be impossible for $55, for pickup, and $63 mailed anywhere in Canada. What you're going to get is a strip like that. You're going to get all of those ones, okay? So any of these ones that you see are very linear. I'm just going to take a strip and give that to you so that you can play with them. I love this idea. So the adhesive back hexagons you're going to get, the butterflies, which are that beautiful brass. I'm going to show you some of those today. Classic matte dots, the faux sea glass. This is a really fun one. I like it as sea glass, but I like it as also just cool shapes and beautiful colors. We're also going to give you some of these doilies. By we, I mean me. It's me sorting through all this stuff. I wish I could employ my kids. My kids are 2 and 5, so they're just a little bit young, and quality control is not quite there yet. But, maybe in the next couple of years, hey? Wouldn't that be great? The iridescent rhinestones, those ones are the ones that I just showed you. The pebble enamel shapes are kind of the same idea of these faux sea glass shapes, in that they are not like a round embellishment. It's really cool. We're going to play with those today too. Polished dots and the resin stars. There's a few down here, so the sparkle and shine sequins and the gumball machine shaker domes, the frosted beads assortment, and the ephemera pack. These ones are not really conducive to sharing, so I haven't included those in my product share. So if you want this is such a great deal. Let's go back and I'll show you here. So we've got our 93 sheets of 6-inch by 6-inch paper, 7 yards of ribbon, 9 different embellishments types, and it's again $55 to pick it up from my place, or I can mail it anywhere in Canada. I can't mail to the States, so if you're watching this from the States, I'm sorry. I also want to talk to you about the different kits that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. So maybe I'll take you back. I can show you the inside of these catalogs. It's been so hard over the last few weeks because I've had these in my hot little hands, but digitally I can't actually show you those until they go live, which is today. So hooray, I can show you. So in our new catalog here, our mini catalog, I just want to point you to page 7. And this is where we're going to have a little bit more of an understanding about what kits Stampin' Up! Has to offer. So again, this kit that I'm using here is actually an older kit. I do have these available for purchase. If you want a refill pack, which includes 3 of each of the 5 designs, as well as the envelopes and everything to go along with it, I can mail it in Canada anywhere for $5.25, and the kit is just $18. That's a steal of a deal, and I know that lots of you guys are going to be interested in this, so let me know as soon as you can, and hopefully I still have some stock available. Again, this is not available from Stampin' Up! Anymore. It's a retired kit, but I just love it so much that I wanted to play around with it and show you, ideas that you could use with Stampin' Up's other kits to kind of just take it outside the box. I love it so much. So this kit that I just adore, it's a surprise every single month, is Paper Pumpkin. There's these cute little red boxes, and it's a surprise to even us demonstrators too. We get a little bit of a sneak peek, but we don't get like the exact contents or pictures of the stamp set or anything like that. But I love these for beginner stampers because it's an all-inclusive box where you can get everything that you need all together. But I also love it for experienced stampers, and I'll just show you what comes inside one of these boxes. You get, this one's a little bit different, you got some bonus things, but in your first kit you'll get a block that you can use with all of these different stamps, and then every month you'll get an exclusive stamp set, a little ink spot, so a little ink pad, and then I've kind of pulled this one all apart, but the instructions that show you exactly how to make all the projects, and all of the supplies are included, even adhesives, because they include dimensionals and little glue dots too often. So these kits have incredible value. I've got the price here of $30 and $15. That's including shipping and handling and tax that it's shipped to me. So any of the retired kits that I have are $30 for the full kit or refill kits, and you got to reach out to me to see which stock I have on hand right now. I have most of 2021 on hand in full kits and in refill kits. So if you want any of those, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to get your hands on those. But these kits are all inclusive, so you can give them as a gift to a person. Or if you're like me and you want a little bit of a crafting escape, I love to take these, what I call stampin' campin'. So I take them on the road with me. I'm stamping in the truck as my husband is driving. And I even love, at the picnic table or whatever, there's lots of opportunities. Whenever you're traveling, you can take them on the plane too. You'll have to make sure that you don't need scissors, but really you just need scissors for some of the twine pieces. This is another really fun kit. This is the Batter Up Paper Pumpkin Kit. Comes with a Night of Navy ink pad, and you even get some bubble gum in there too. What a great gift. My 5-year-old son just was over the moon when he got to play with that one. And I'm mentioning him a lot because he's my little Stampin' buddy now, but this is actually Mama's escape time. So I really appreciate that. It's like a demonstrator's planned all these. It's like a demonstrator in a box. So it's perfect because you can actually just escape with it and have a coffee and just relax. This is a really fun one. This is called So Cool. And again, I've got full kits and refill kits for those ones as well. So that's Paper Pumpkin. It's a subscription service, so you sign up and you can choose to do a prepaid subscription, but on their month to month it's a subscription, so it's going to show up kind of mid-month each month, and it's a great surprise. You can also do this prepaid subscription plans, and I always like to tell people about that, especially during Celebration. Celebration is, again, a special promotion where you can earn free items that are exclusive. They're never available for purchase from Stampin' Up. But these items are available for free with every $60 order increment. So you can actually leverage your Paper Pumpkin to earn free Celebrations. So not for 1 month. 1 month is $28 before tax and shipping. 3 months, you would get one because it goes to $82.50, and so you get to choose out a celebration. For 6 months, you get to choose out 2 celebrations, and for 12 months, oh my gosh, what is it? I think it's 5 celebration items. Oh, it's so amazing. 4 or 5, I can't remember. I'm not going to do math right now. I already had tech issues today, so I'm spent on that. But we also have some other kits available too. So we have a little brochure that looks like this, and it doesn't give you any item numbers because these item numbers could always be changing. So they recommend that you go to stampinup.ca/kits, but go to my website, stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net, and under shop, you can look under the kits section, and you can see all of the kits that are available. These kits come in a similar style of box. They're just brown instead, and they will include a stamp set and also an ink spot and the consumable supplies to make a whole bunch of projects. This is a really cute one. Sentimental Rose. This is one of the most popular ones when it was released as a paper pumpkin. Some of these are new though, and these kits are $26 before shipping and tax for the most part, and there's a few of them that are extra special. So for example, this one here is called Petal Notes, and when you open this up, it's got no stamping at all. So then you ask me, well, how do you get those sayings on there, Kelly? I'm so glad that you asked. Stampin' Up has pre-printed those sayings in German and French and in English. So you can see congratulations, thinking of you, thank you. So these are wonderful cards that come together so easily, and because you're not paying for the ink spot and the stamp set, these ones are just $16.25. So if you wanted to give something to your friend who's a brand new stamper, this would be a wonderful idea. And again, you can just look up on the kits collection. These are some of the ones that are available right now. This is another one, no stamping involved. You have those beautiful little projects there. Of course, you got the scalloped envelopes, but look at how cute these are when they come together. Aren't they great? And they just fit inside those adorable little envelopes. I love the rainbow look of these ones. Again, great to put together on the road, or, you know, as a little escape for yourself. Also great for gifts, great for kids. We've got one more that has no stamping, and that's this one here. This is called the Precious Parcel. Stay open box. There we go. These ones are so cool. So they have like a little pull-out thing here, and they open up, and then they go into their adorable little mailing envelope there. But can you see all those little metallic elements there? There's two different styles. There's this one here too. So cute, right? A little postal box. And then you open it up like that. You can write your message. So again, $16.25 for those ones. A really good deal. And you can, of course, apply all the same principles as what I'm going to teach you with this kit class, and switch it up. Just use the elements and then repurpose them, put them together in different ways, and then it totally makes it your own. So let's talk a little bit more about what we are actually making today. So if you were to make the cards in this kit, they would look something like this. And there's different ways of putting them together. They're in clear envelopes, so they're a little bit shiny, but hopefully you guys can see those there. You've got some amazing copper elements that are included in the kit. And when you put them together, you just need to stamp the sayings. The rest of them are printed, pre-printed, and ready to go. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So I'm just going to open my little gift box here. I hope that my club members, my downline members, love the little gift that I gave them. If you want to put these together, just go back to that landing screen and you'll have a better screenshot of this image here that shows them actually assembled. But I'll take you through the bits and pieces that we're working with. So there's some copper, and these are actually laser cut stickers. So that's a really fun idea. And there's little strips and things like that. Then you've got these other die cut images. So these are, sorry, laser cut, I should say. And these just pop out really well, really easily. And then they've got the coordinating images already printed on the cardstock backing. So again, this is kind of a unique kit. You can see this is just flat, but they've even done like a little bit of a shadow there to kind of make it look a little bit more 3D. These pieces here, you can put them up on little dimensionals. So those are the little sticky backed foam razor things, and you can pop them up, right? Pop them up and give them more dimension. And then I've lost the other piece here. It's in the envelope. The other piece is that you've got these little tags here to stamp your sayings. So you could definitely put these together as per the instructions. If you want to just like mindlessly follow a picture and put them together, you can definitely do that. Now I'm going to show you some different ways to put it together because I was having fun playing with all my new celebration goodies and other goodies from the mini catalog. So again, you can use whatever sayings that you want. I used a Bermuda Bay ink pad. That was the one that was initially included in this kit. So you can choose to do whatever colors, whatever sayings that you want. But let's talk about some different ways of putting this together, okay? Now, I'm not going to craft too many things here. I'm going to show you a couple techniques, but I'm mostly going to show you samples. So from our, I've got to get my bearings here. I keep moving everything around. I need a system. I need an assistant is actually what I need. So I'm going to take you through the catalogs afterwards and show you where the items come from. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you some samples. So as we look at our kit, we remember that there's all these beautiful copper elements. And these, you actually get extra sheets of those in the refill pack. So they give you even more to play with. And I wanted to show you such an easy card using a new stamp set called Happy and Heartfelt. This one has got such gorgeous sayings, and I love the font on them. And then also using a brand new celebration paper. All I did was take this little round piece. I should dump all my pieces out. I took this round piece here and flipped it over, and therefore I had just this like nice blank, clean looking layer to put on top. So this is a card that you could make a million of in a jiffy, because you can use the extra elements in here in the kit to put that all together. So I actually did some embossing on here too, and I wanted to show you this gorgeous paper. Did you guys notice that first thing? I bet you did. This is from our new celebration pack. It's called Simply Marvelous. I actually have it spread out here, so I should use that. So this comes in 6 different colors. You can receive this pack. It's got 48 sheets in it, and you can receive it free with a $60 order right now. And aren't the back sides so fun? It kind of like looks a little trippy, I think. And these sides are just so soft. So can you imagine how beautiful this would look with every different one of those patterns? The elements that I have here, that I put on here, these cute little dots. Can you see those? There we go. You can see I've got 3 of them there. Those are a pink colored dot that we have in our new catalog here. So let me show you where you can find that stamp set. Is on page 51. Oh, and I don't think I marked actually those pretty pink. So make sure you guys use that the catalog at a glance section. And it is the polished dots that I use. Those ones come in pink and white. So easy peasy card to put that one together, right? But so beautiful and so elegant. So another stamp set, I'm going to use Happy and Heartfelt a lot, but another stamp set that I'm really going to use a lot today, I've got some glare happening there. So many lights in here. I've got the Special Moments that I'm also going to be using. And this is actually a celebration stamp set. So you can receive this free with a $120 order. And this has got a lot of pieces in it. So you can see there how many stamps. On the front, they've got it shrunken down a little bit. So I'm going to be using those ones a lot on many of the samples that I'm showing you. So let's keep going here. Now I want to show you a really cool die and the stamps that go along with it. These ones aren't new. These are in our annual catalog, and they're so fun because it comes with one enormous stamp and then the die. So you stamp it on your paper, and then look at this. The dies are going to cut out all of those sayings perfectly at the exact same time. So stamp it once, crank it once, and then you've got all of these sayings. So this has got the same sort of idea where you just put it right onto your stamp block. Now I want to show you that because you can really maximize your time. So I love white embossing onto black paper, but I sure don't like digging out my embossing stuff for doing one saying at a time. So what I did is I stamped it with my Versamark and then sprinkled that white embossing over the top, and then I could cut out and have all of these sayings. So with that, I switched up the design of this little card here. Oh, where is it? Here it is at the bottom. This card here, I instead wanted to think about this as being designer series paper. So I actually cut this section out. I cut off this stripy part, and then I also cut off this backer piece here, and I put it together with one of my sayings in a totally different way. Isn't that fun? You can see that little copper element along the bottom there. That's just those little loopy rings. And you can see that little hint of Bermuda Bay going around there. The embellishments that I used on here, just to go with my copper, I pulled in some brushed metallic adhesive back dots, and these are from our, I think they're from our annual catalog. They're carried over anyways. Just search them on our online store and you can definitely find those. So this is a really fun and simple, clean and easy card, and it totally changes the look of it, doesn't it? So think of it outside the box. This is truly, it doesn't have to be just a cardstock base and putting, you know, this over top. Let's use these elements in a different way and put them together in a way that really can be exciting and new and different. So of course, now that I put together this card here, I had this laser cut piece left over. So I wanted to show you what I did with that. Oh, I just think you guys are going to drool over this one. Okay, look at this card. Isn't this pretty? So what I have here, I haven't adhered it down because I want to show you it on a whole bunch of different things. But we've got a background from our new designer series paper from our mini catalog. And then I've got some vellum, and I did some white embossing on there. And just like that, over the top is spectacular, hey? It kind of matches, like the sketchy look of this kind of matches the design of the paper, I think. And this paper is so amazing. I wanted to leave this off so that I could show it to you over top of all of the different designs. So this is one here. The back sides of these are all kind of marbled. And then here we go. We've got another one that just looks so beautiful, abstract, right? There's a gorgeous sunset on a lake in pinks and purples. And how about this one? Put it over top of that. It just makes everything shine. And I love that the vellum doesn't add a different color. It just softens it a little bit. Just makes it like a little bit less busy. And then you can see that bit of paper coming out from the edges. This one's a little bit more detailed. So how about that? Just softens it a bit, puts that saying right over top. How many of you are like scrambling to add this to your wish list right now? Honestly, order it sooner than later. You are going to want this, and I just have a feeling it's going to sell out. You can also, of course, if you just wanted one of each of those sheets, you can get my sampler pack, and that would be a great way of, you know, getting one of each of these to play around with. So you might need the sampler pack, and you might need one of these packages of paper too. Let me show you where you can get that. So from our mini catalog, it's on page 43, and it's called New Horizons. It's a 6" by 6" paper pack, and it's $15.75, or of course you can also get it as a part of my product share. Okay, so I started you off kind of easy with two cards that don't deviate from the design too much, but hang on, because things are starting to get crazy. I'm going to just utilize my floor. I don't have enough. There's never enough counter space, is there? Desk space. Okay, so the next one that I wanted to play around with was this design, actually, right here. So this design kind of makes me think about, you know, a little bit of sadness. They have, you know, one of these elements going on top of there, and then just a circle. Now, I wanted to take the elements for this card and switch it up. So that was this piece here, and then these popped up little raindrops, teardrops, were the ones that coordinate. So you could layer those on top, of course, and create them as per the instructions, or we could do something totally different. And that's what I did. So I made this card here. So using the background here, using the actual card base, I had so much fun playing with our brand new Rainbow of Happiness. This is a stamp set. That's where I got You Make Me Happy from. And it's got a coordinating die pack which goes along with some of our new Celebration Designer Series paper too. I have really had fun cutting into this pack, so I'm going to show you my nice clean pack that I've got all fanned out here. So this pack gives you 48 sheets as well, and it's all double-sided. You've got 12 different designs though, and you get 4 of each of them. Aren't they fun and happy? So I just used a strip of that with some Misty Moonlight here. Again, I've got some vellum tucked in behind here. And then this is a really fun new die. Let's see if the camera's going to pick it up here. Let's see here. Maybe you can see it a little bit better there. Okay, can you guys see that there's foam in behind there? This is using a product that I love called our foam adhesive sheets. They come in a pack like this. I have them all cut up, but they normally come in a pack like this. And it's like a dimensional with no cut dimensional pieces. So what you would do is get a piece of cardstock and cut that piece of cardstock to whatever size that you need for your dies. And then you're going to peel off one side of this stickiness and stick it onto the back of the cardstock. So I've done that already, and you can see it here. And I just crank it through my cut and emboss machine, the Big Boss or the Mini Boss, whatever it fits with. And then here you've got these cute little foamy puffy stickers, and you peel off the back side, and there you go, you've got that sticker backing. So I did that with a few different colors here, and that's how I got this beautiful little rainbow. It's non-traditional colors. I like that. I just went from the Designer Series paper and was inspired with that. And now that I've got this, I'm not going in the Roy G. Biv colors. I have a little bit of flexibility, and now I can make 4 different rainbows utilizing, you know, the small of the different colors on each one, right? I'll just work my way through those. So cute, right? So this is really fantastic. You can see I've cranked it through, but it still maintains its puffiness. So you wouldn't want to crank it back and forth, but for, you know, one crank or even a couple of cranks, it works really well. I wanted to show you how I got this You Make Me Happy here, because it actually involves this die here as well. So you can see I've got my washi tape here, and I stamped with Versamark, and I did some white embossing again. And I just love this because, you know, you can choose to stamp the saying that goes along with it and then cut out all of them at the same time. Or you can utilize this just like a regular die or a punch. And so I've got this strip here. All I do is figure out exactly, you know, which one works best, and then crank that through, and then you, ta-da, have this great little shape there. So this is one of the most versatile dies that we sell, and you can see that there's actually perforations and different stitching looks as well. Such a great one. That one again is called Messages Dies, and it has 2 stamp sets that coordinate with it. Okay, and then so I put on these little gems. So remember from our first project, those cute little pink gems. This one here had those cute pink gems. Well, now I'm actually using the white ones here. It's those little dewdrops. And I just cut out a couple clouds here from the dies included in the pack. So adorable, right? You make me happy. Now I gotta clean this up a little bit here before I show you the next card. And the next card was incorporating all these rainbows as well, but I wanted to use this big rainbow die. I was so excited by that. And so I just did kind of a white on white card with a little bit of, I don't know where the stuff is. I cleaned up. That's my problem. But this one here, I used a little bit of the blender brush to add some ink in behind. If you have questions about any of this, please, please, please let me know. This is a gift to many of my experienced stampers, so that's why I'm taking it up a notch. If you want to do it as per the kit instructions, you can just look at the picture and I think just go from there. But this one I used the little leftovers from this card, which are those cute little raindrops, and I just put those in there. with a little something to brighten your day up at the top there. And you can see, although it's white on white, you know, I've got this little layer here and I've added some blue around there, so it kind of switches up the color a little bit. This is such a simple card. And once again, with the dies, I can take, you know, a rectangle and do one of red, one of yellow, green, and blue, whatever colors that I want. I kind of went in Roy G. Biv here, but I think you can, you know, switch it up, right? Use all your bits and pieces. And this adorable cloud actually came from the punch. We've got a brand new punch, and can I show you guys something amazing as well? I bet you know where I'm going with this, because Stampin' Up! Is notorious for their matchy-matchiness. But look at this. This is a sheet of the Designer Series paper from Celebration that you can receive for free with a $60 order. And look at that. You just punch it right out. Perfect! I know. So awesome, right? Stampin' Up! Blows my mind too with their coordination like that. I just always get so excited. Okay, so let's see. I wanted to show you where those items come from. I skipped ahead maybe a little bit. I showed you those ones. Here we go. So from page 18 of the catalog, the new mini catalog, we've got a Rainbow of Happiness bundle. And that's the stamp set that I used, as well as the die pack. Remember, you can bundle and save 10% by getting those two together. Oh, and I meant to show you, I used it for these cards too, but from the annual catalog on page 42, this is where you'll see the many happenings and the many messages, along with that die that cuts out all of those shapes all at once. I wanted to show you in here because on page 8 of our Celebration brochure, that's where you're going to find our 6 by 6 inch paper, and that's got all the beautiful rainbows on there. Okay, let's keep going. Have I inspired you yet? Oh, I hope so. I sure hope so. Okay, let's take a peek here now. We're going to go on a little tropical vacation, and we are going to explore the options that I came up with, just having fun with this design here. So this design, you know, had like a little strip going across it. It has these two little palm trees that you can pop up, and then a saying to go on there. Very, very simple card, but I really wanted to play around with it. So I actually ended up doing a bit of coloring, and I created this card here. So this one says, hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be. And I got some of those little pebbles. I've got our window, what are they called again? Window. It's good that I keep them here. Layering diorama dies. And that's just a fun way of, you know, making it a non-circular or rectangular shape. They work so great for this. I've used shimmery white paper to create this kind of beautiful horizon look. And then for the backing here, I just used the back side of this card, and I mounted it up onto just some gray cardstock. These ones you'll notice actually are a little bit different sized. So they're a little bit smaller than a standard card size that way, but they're longer than a standard card size that way. So just keep that in mind with your envelopes as well. You might have to do some envelope modifications if you're doing something like this. Or of course, just put these into our clear envelopes and you can mail those, no problem. The one thing that I really like about Stampin' Up! Kits and thinking about them outside the box is that rather than our standard cardstock, these cardstock bases are printed color on one side with a core that's white and a backing that's white. So that's why I could just rip this and get this really fun look along the edge here. It kind of is, to me, a little bit reminiscent of like the surf breaking. So I really like that on the beachy card. And I used the Celebration Marvelous paper to have that background here. That's this one. And that one that you can get for free for a $60 purchase. What else did I do on here? Let's do a little playtime. I'll show you a technique here. So I've already got this cut out. This is our shimmery white cardstock, which I love to use with these water painter pens. And these are so great. I like to have a Kleenex just handy so I can clean it off and make sure that I'm good to go. I'm going to use two of our ink pads here, Sahara Sand and Bermuda Bay. These are actually our old design, so if you have the old design, you can kind of press them like this, and then that creates a little palette in there. If you don't have the old design, you can also just grab a clear block and you can stamp onto there, and that's going to put a little bit of the ink on there, and then you can pool it up from there. I'm going to do the same thing with my Bermuda Bay. Matchy matchy. Bermuda Bay is that cardstock backing. Oh, this looks like it might be a little bit dry. Here, I can convince it. There we go. So now I'm creating a little bit of a palette to work from, because you wouldn't want to put this water right onto your ink pad. That would just be too much water. Now, how do I want to do this? Just like this, I think. So I'm going to make my, oh, I do need more. I should have got the re-inker. It's all the way in my other room here. There we go. Maybe I can scoop it from here and it would be a little bit more concentrated. There we go. So I'm kind of pressing a little bit on the place where you say push, where it says push, but not too much. I don't want it pooling too much. This cardstock is great because it has a bit of a coating on it, and it means that it's not going to damage the paper. Now I have just my little bit of sand there. Now I'm going to squeeze and just clean off my brush tip so it doesn't muddy that beautiful Bermuda Bay color. Now taking a drop, putting it onto the block here. I want to make sure that this is dry, so you can even hit it with that heat tool if you need to. Just to make sure it's dry. You don't want it pooling into the other color or flowing into the other color. So I'm going to go squishing a little bit and kind of putting this on here. You want it to kind of be uneven. That gives a really cool look to it. And then as you heat set it with your heat tool, or just let it air dry, you might have some even more fun patterns showing up. So can you see that there? Just because of the way that the water was sitting when the heat tool hit it means that it's going to look a little bit different. So fun, right? Easy peasy. Now I'm going to clean this off so I don't make a mess of myself, because anytime that there's ink on my table, it's like a magnet for my hands. Here we go. I'll clean off this brush tip because I'm going to use this again. Okay, water painters, they are so awesome. They come in a pack of 3, and so you can use them for the different size brush tips. Oh, I don't know where my third one is. It's somewhere. It's got a big fan tip on it, so these are really great. And they're also really good for sealing up your envelopes now that we're not licking things. So all I did was put these little palm trees on there. These are just straight from the kit, right? Use these kits as embellishments, as fun pieces. And then this little cutout actually comes from the Tasteful Label dies, and that's this one here. It does like a really cool perforation on there too. And of course you guys are begging to know about these pebble enamel shapes. These are so fun. They're really shiny, and they come in the 3 different shapes and 3 different colors. So just adding those on to our little beach, I think really takes it up a notch. Isn't that fun? So cute, right? Easy peasy. Now, because we just used those little elements on this card here, we are left with a piece of designer series paper, right? We've already used this for the backing here, but we've got this little piece of designer series paper, so we can use that in a different way. So do you guys want to see what I did with that? I imagine you're all shouting at your computers. So this one, I just used the copper background and cut off this strip here at the bottom and layered it onto another piece of this Bermuda Bay that was left over from one of my other cards. And I just put it on top of there, using it like a designer series paper piece. Down here we've got, again, one of those little strips that's included in the kit. So easy to use. These are stickers, so you just peel it off and stick it onto the card. And I kind of liked it half sticking out the bottom, like a little bit of a scalloped edge. This stamp came from Paradise Palms. This is a brand new stamp that's come out. It also has, I think, dies to go along with it, but I don't have the dies handy right now. But Paradise Palms is great for these wonderful little sayings. Hope you find a little paradise wherever you may be, or wishing you a warm and beachy kind of a day. And then, of course, you've got birthday and retirement as well. I really like these palm trees that you can build up. I just used some smoky slate, I think, and stamped these ones in behind, and Bermuda Bay over top with the saying. So a very easy card, and of course the thing that takes it up a notch are these gorgeous embellishments. Again, these are included in my embellishment share. You're going to get a strip of all of those, right? One strip of all of those. These are called the Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels, and they are so pretty. They're going to make my camera go crazy here. Can you see all those shimmer? There's some pink and yellow kind of colors that come out depending on how you look at it, but they look great, I think, on any card, any project, really. Okay, are you guys excited? I also wanted to mention Stampin' Up's coordination because we have a punch that goes along with this, but you can also use just the punched image, the punched shape that comes along with the kit. Okay, matchy matchy. I love how they've made it so that it all coordinates. Okay, did you guys feel like you had a vacation? I sure hope so. We're going urban now. We are using the last of the card designs. Can you guys believe it? This is the last of the card designs, and this one I think is maybe one of the trickiest ones to kind of think outside the box. This one included like a little copper strip and a saying, and then the images that you would pop up for these ones with dimensionals are these trees. So for me, this one, you know, was kind of the trickiest, but I think this one, oh, you know what? Sorry, you guys, I'm on my last drawer, but I am not on my last project. Oh, you know what? Sorry, guys. I gotta switch gears. I forgot about these balloons. Let's do the balloons next. Okay, because the balloons are also a little bit tricky, right? You kind of have like a bit of designer series paper there, and then you've got this very bold border as well. So I wanted to think outside the box for that. And I actually ended up using, I think, the border from this card here to make this beautiful, simple little card. All I did was trim this down, put it on some of our Bermuda Bay cardstock base backing, pop it up with dimensionals, put it sideways. Again, I put one of those little tags from my little tag collection here that I've made myself, and I just stuck it on there with a couple of little embellishments, and I think that it really takes it up a notch. I'm just using Whisper White cardstock bases for these ones. So that's kind of cute, right? That's similar to the design, but you know, a little bit different. The finally I got to these, the polished dots. These are the ones that come in the 2 different colors, also included from our mini catalog, and these are so pretty, aren't they? They're really shiny. Okay, then for the other card design, because we've got these awesome little balloons that you can use in a different way, those ones I made this card here, which has some of our new paper that's coming from this rainbow set as well, celebration paper, this stripy one here. And I thought it was just kind of subdued enough. I can stamp some clouds in the background. The clouds came from Tulip Fields. This is one of our new bundles as well. And then I used a new stamp set for the saying here. Here's another year of love, laughter, and happily ever after. This love and happiness comes with a whole bunch of hearts as a sweet. But the real wow goes inside this card. So I kind of thought, you know, it's got all kinds of colors on this card, but I kind of felt like it was a little bit more masculine. And with this one, you open it up and it's got a pop-up. So I had a lot of fun making this card, but it is so easy. And I don't have any dimensions for you because it's literally just, you know, snip a bit and then give it a try and see how long you want it to be. I don't even have my trimmer handy, so I'm going to just trim some here with my scissors. There we go. And you just need a strip about this big. If you were popping up something even bigger than this, you might want it a little bit thicker, but I wanted it thinner than this little basket so that I could have it pop up nicely. So all I did was kind of fold this in half and then see, and then you can fold these little bracer pieces. You just have to make sure that they're the same length. There we go. So I just did it like that and put it onto my card. And you can make it as poppy outy, or you know, as close to the card as you want. When you're putting these on, I like to use glue dots, mini glue dots. Just stick them on the back side there, and then when you're putting it onto your card, you'd have the glue dots like that, and you're going to line up this fold and that, and then when you open up the card, then it works like that. And I did a little smaller one here because I wanted it to look like the balloon was in front of the other, that little saying. Fun, right? Yay! Are you guys going to make pop-up cards for everything now? Oh, I hope you're inspired. All right, I wanted to show you those items, where they come from. Okay, so we used some of those iridescent pearls. Am I not like a card behind? I didn't do this for the last one. Sorry, guys. Okay, so last one was... You guys can imagine that I'm like totally in vacation land here. Okay, so the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels are what we put on there. And then we used the Paradise Palms, is a great stamp for the sayings. And also I did these little beachy palm trees back there. And then over here on page 43, we've got our pebble enamel shapes, and that's what gave us those cute little stones at the bottom there. Okay, we just went back in time. Now let's get back on track here with our balloons. And I want to take you to page 23 where you can see our polished dots. Those are the ones that come in the pink or the clear. And they are so pretty, so versatile. And then next one here is on page 33. I used, what did I use? No, I didn't use. That's on the next one. Who marked these anyways? My goodness, you guys. Okay, and I mixed that one up too. Oh no, I'm back on track. I know what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing, I think. You know, I really do feel like I got a vacation over the holidays, which is a good thing, right? It's because I've got multiple projects in one drawer. Okay, so let's talk about these. We also used these really cool matte dots. Let's see if I can find them. Page 59. 59. Did you guys have a good break? I sure hope you did. So page 59, these are our brand new enamel dots that are really quite versatile. And Lord knows where they are here. Ah, have them in another drawer. So the classic matte dots come in white, vanilla, and then like a basic gray and a basic black. So really versatile, and of course we can color those to whatever color that we want. And I use just the gray to match the clouds here on this card. Okay, let's go back to this drawer and talk about the last of the designs like we were going to do, right? The ones that I was saying it was a little bit tricky to do, right? This one, the urban one. Okay, so the urban one, I did some fun things with them. I took those little trees, and you'll need 3 of them to do this design layout. So you might have to get one of those kits from me to get a couple more in your hands. But look at this fun and simple, amazing, adorable card. So cute, right? This card just has these up on dimensionals. I used the big scallop rectangle from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and then just tied some twine around it. Now, can you guys see where I got this paper from? I bet you can imagine. And it came from the same paper pack as this beautiful plane. So just from in here, there we go. So a really versatile paper pack. Hopefully it gives you lots of design inspiration. So easy this card is, but I just think it's so perfect. And thinking of you, I always like to do something a little bit more simple. So now that I had that, I was still left with this base, which I wanted to play around with. Oh, the Thinking of You actually came from On the Horizon. This is a brand new stamp set as well. So now that I had this piece here, I wanted to separate it and change the look and feel of it because I felt like that polka dot piece really was quite dominant. So I changed the color layout and I made a slimline card. This one here has got lots more like subdued colors. And these slimline cards now have envelopes made by Stampin' Up. The envelopes come in 3 different colors. I think it's, oh boy, I can't even guess right now. Everything's still just so new. Let's talk about these slimline envelopes. Page 53. So on page 53, we can see these slimline envelopes come in the soft succulent, white, and smoky slate. So I'm using the smoky slate here, and I just thought it went really, really well with kind of the colors that are in those beautiful buildings. And what a great card here. Just a card to say, you're amazing. I wrapped some twine in a loop and I put some of these sea glass pieces. They inspired the color layout actually. And do you guys notice this die piece? This is such a fun element. Look at this. You could use this especially for slimline cards. It's sized perfectly for that. These are our new slim card dies. And so you've got 2 of these longer pieces that would do a full slimline card. Or, of course, you could cut them in half and use them as elements in different ways. And then you've got these stuck together here. You've got these other pieces here, which kind of create a border down the edge of your slimline card. So top, bottom, side, however you want to do it. Those are great options, okay? This one, of course, well, both of them, you could use on shorter pieces of paper. You could use it on the full width. The slimline cards are made as so normal piece of cardstock, right? Comes up like this, and it's 8.5 by 11. This uses the full 8.5 width, and then is 3.5 inches and 3.5 inches, so a total of 7 inches. So you just end up cutting off a little bit of a strip here. So these slimline cards have been growing in popularity, but I'm so glad now that we have envelopes, because I'm sorry, I like making cards. I don't like making envelopes. So these new envelopes have like a really cute end flap, printing on the inside, and then they even have the little adhesive strip there too. And they come in those 3 colors. So the white, the smoky slate, and the soft succulent. Soft succulent? No, that's not what I said. It was It's gone. You guys are shouting at me from home, right? You're like, it's this one, Kelly. Yeah, well, I'll catch it next time, right? These are the beautiful new faux sea glass shapes. So again, as a part of my sampler, you're actually going to get quite a few of these. You're going to get one row of the blue, one row of the green, and one row of the white. So this is a really awesome new product. Don't they just look so cool? They're kind of like frosted. They're not shiny, they're just kind of matte. So what do you think? Kind of switched up the design, right? Used it in some different ways. Now I want to talk to you about, well, I'll take you through the catalogs first. Got to focus here. Okay, now we're back here. I already covered that. And there's the Slimline sayings, and there's a bundle with the dies that you can get, and the Slimline envelopes are all on page 52 and 53. Okay, and then the sea glass is what I wanted to show you as well. That's on page 33. 33. Those are my favorite colors. Those are, I just always gravitate towards those colors. So on page 33 here, you can see the faux sea glass shapes. For $11, you get quite a few shapes. I really like that, you know, you've got different actual molded shapes too. So it kind of looks more random than just the normal circles that we have. Okay, we're on to the last drawer here. I've got all of my projects stacked up in drawers, but I wanted to show you how you can take the envelopes here and just snip them apart. I cleaned up. Why did I clean up? Now nothing is where I want it. Where's my trimmer? Okay, you guys are going to imagine that I'm using a trimmer here, but I'm going to show you how you can break apart your envelope. So you can just snip off the edges. So funny. Don't do this with scissors. It's not going to be straight. Okay. Do you know how many trimmers I own in this house? I have no less than 9 trimmers, but none of them within arm's reach. So when you open up the cards, you can see you have a flap here. There's like a score piece, so you want to keep that in mind. But you could definitely punch a circle out of there, you know. That other fun little shape that we used like this before would be great. You know, you could probably get one of those out of there. And then you've got this bigger piece here, which you could use for all different kinds of things. You could even, if you wanted to, fussy cut out this this little shape on the front. And each one of those has like a matching shape. You got an extra balloon there, another tree. Hey, there you go. There's your third tree, you guys. You can make the tree in the middle bigger or something. And then the little airplane there too. So you could really decorate the inside of your cards. If you are a person who likes to use clear envelopes like I am, then this is perfect. You can use these as paper. And you know what? Normally in Stampin' Up's kits, they include printed envelopes. So think outside the box and use those envelopes as paper too. So I used one of the patterns here, this little polka dot pattern. I really like the density of black on that one. And I thought it really was kind of reminiscent of this brand new paper pack that we have for Celebration. Again, I'll use the fanned out one here. Okay, so look at these amazing patterns. You can see this is the one that I'm actually going to end up using. And the back side is a little bit more graphic. The front side is more artistic. So I was inspired to make this card here. So this has got more vellum and embossing, my favorite techniques. That's why you can see through there. And then you can see actually like the ribbon through it, and look at how gorgeous these beautiful copper butterflies are. Again, included, sorry, they're brass. Included in the embellishment share, you're going to get a strip of 4 large and 4 smaller ones. And I just think they're so beautiful. Isn't that fun? And so this little piece of designer series paper here from the envelope just really grounds this image and gives it that cutesy sort of elegant feel. I think this card really came together nicely. And just pulling in some of the colors again from the designer series paper for my cardstock base. Cute, right? And look at the sheet this came from. So this is the sheet how it comes, and you can get, if you were doing this is just 3 inches wide, you can get right, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and another 4. You can get 8 of these cards out of this one sheet of paper. So fun, right? You just snip it down the middle, and then wherever it ends, it ends. You might end up with a little bit of white, or you can use the back side for that extra strip that's left over. Okay, let's take a look at another card that I made, having so much fun with my envelopes. This one, I actually use this pattern, which is kind of trippy, like really fun, right? It has a lot going on, definitely. But I thought with the geometric pattern, it would be so fun to incorporate our new stamp set, Sweet Conversations. So Sweet Conversations is a great little Valentine's Day set, but it also is perfect for all the time, I think. So I did up a little love you, sending a smile your way, and put together this cute, fun project. So this is just taking black cardstock and putting some white onto it in the inside. And then this here, I actually used the watercolor paper. And did you know that the watercolor paper is made of 100% cotton, and the packaging is usable too. So it's actually made of cotton paper too. So what I've done is die cut a piece out there, and I'm going to use this as my circle, and I'll show you how I created this. So I'm using some fun pool party and some fresh freesia, and I'm going to grab, I did have a block here, there we go. I'm going to grab a block and then put on some of these cute little hearts. It's kind of a weird shaped block, but let's see if I can do it. I might have to do it in 2 different times. So I like to use both sides of my blocks. Kind of crazy like that a little bit. So what I'm going to do first of all is saturate my paper a little bit. You can do this with your water painter. You can do it with a spritzer. Just be controlled if you're using it with a spritzer. This one has some re-inker in it, but you can just use it with white, like clear water. Now I'm going to take my pool party. Again, I don't know why I have all of my old ink pads out. It's just because I cleaned, I think. It's so funny. I should never do that. It really throws me off, clearly. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to make this nice background. And this paper is similar to the shimmery white cardstock in that it can handle the water, like a heavy water application. This can handle even more water application than that shimmery white cardstock. You can really load this one up and do it like multiple times. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to then, just for the sake of time, I'm going to heat set this, because I want to control the water for this next step that I'm doing. I don't want big pools of it happening. You guys see that there? Ooh, hot. So when I've got the big pools kind of dried up, then I can come back in again and just do a quick swish over top of the paper. So a quick swish over top of the paper. I'm not looking for any pooling at this point. I'm just looking for a bit of water so that I can stamp my image onto there and have it move the color just a little bit. Can you guys see that? Now I'm going to take this one on the back side and do that one in here. So stamping onto wet cardstock just gives it like a little bit more of a fun, fuzzy look. And if you need to go back and fix anything, so there's a little bit less water up here next to the edge, I can just go into it with my water painter and touch that up, move things around. I can even, you know, come back in. Don't put your water painter directly onto your ink pad. That's not going to be good. But I can come back in here and I can even add more color if I want to. So whatever you prefer. So this got a little bit fuzzy around here. Maybe I want to define that a little bit more, right? And we can do the same thing with our fresh freesia. So the fresh freesia, you guys have one of these, right? I sure hope you do. This is our simple chamois. It doesn't come looking like that. It comes beautiful, clean, nice purple color, and then you destroy it on your own after that. So it might look like it's destroyed, but as long as it rinses clear under your tap, then it's ready to keep cleaning, and it just takes the ink right off of your stamps. It's so handy. All you need is water for it. It's great. So let's take this stamp here, which has 3 of these hearts in a row, and I'll show you how you can... Oh, scared me, dog. What are you barking at, Lua? Oh my goodness. I think it's probably UPS on my doorstep. No UPS has been coming over the holidays, really, but yeah, I guess they're there now, aren't they? Let's do a little one off there, and let's do one down here. Oops, look at this, I forgot. I wasn't concentrating. So we can just take, you know, the edge of our ink pad and do it up there. Yeah, somebody's up there. So this fun look here, you can also just blend it and soften it. The paper is maybe a little bit more dry than when I was doing my sample one there, but you can move this around. And then I did the same sort of thing for this Love You. You can see in the set that we've got images that coordinate. So I did the Love You and that one. What I did was I stamped, maybe I'll just show you here. Instead of, you know, imagining these things, I'm going to just make a little bit of wetness on the paper. Then I'm going to take that solid stamp and I'm going to stamp off onto my background paper, and then I'm going to stamp here. And that's just going to, you know, give us like a little bit of a lighter look for filling it in, and zap that again. I love the look of this. I just think it's so much fun. Okay, clean this off because I'm already using both sides of my block. I gotta reset. I gotta clean myself up here a little bit. I really like now that these cases have the insert in there. Now this is dry, I can come in and with the actual like more detailed look, you can take a look through and stamp that, and there you go. You've got your Love You. That's a little bit more hazy in the middle, but still just using one ink pad so that you know matchy matchy, it coordinates. I like storing I like seeing exactly which ones I've used already and then trying to go outside the box. Sometimes you gravitate towards the same ones over and over again. So then to finish this up, so you guys can see I did that, and then to finish this up, maybe I'll show you with a bit of a different color here. I'll use the fresh freesia. With these new ink pads, you can see when you press it, they're so firm that you often don't get too much of a pooling happening in there. But what I'm going to do is just pick up some of that color. I want a little bit more saturated for this. And instead of spritzing or splattering the pool party like I did on this one, it's going to be a purple one. But I just take my lid, kind of splatter it a little bit like that. And you can choose to make it whatever saturation that you want. And you can see there the difference. You've got the little speckles of the blue in that one. And look at these fun enamel, or what are they called now? Classic matte dots. I've been a demonstrator for 14 years now, and I have talked about a lot of embellishments, and I just feel like my kids have fried my brain and now I can't remember things, so I just look at the packages and I feel okay with that. So this card here, you might notice that I've got these fun little elements. Can you guys figure out where I got those from? Did you guess? It's from this Slimline cutout. So I use some of the pieces that get cut out when you cut that piece of paper, and I just thought that those work perfectly on this card. And then again, I went back to my little bag of sayings that I prepared for myself and just stuck that on there. So handy and easy. Then there was like a little bit of a strip left over when I was finished with this piece here, and so I decided I was going to put that in the inside of the card too. It's so nice to decorate the insides of the cards. Oftentimes I kind of power through it, and I like a lot of space when I'm writing my cards, so I don't usually put too much in the cards, but that's such a nice touch, isn't it? So fun, so speckly. Okay, so there you go, you guys. Like, that is a lot of ideas. Were you crafting along with me? I want to know. I don't even have the ability to pull all of these out again, but look at that cute little heart. I'll put you back up here again so we can say goodbye. Thank you for crafting with me. I'm so excited to share with you. I love sharing crafting with everyone. And whether you're a new stamper or an experienced one, I have classes that will fit whatever level you're working at. This one here is a little bit more of an advanced one because I didn't really show you anything, but I have all kinds of classes. We're going to be doing kit classes in the new year that would just be, order whatever you want off the kits collection, and then we can put it together online. But I also have my club, which runs every month on the third Monday and Tuesday of the month. And I love this event. It's my favorite event. I've been holding it for 14 years now, over 14 years. And I love it because now I get to stamp with people all over Canada, and we're making the same projects. They do end up looking a little bit differently because you're using whatever stamp set saying that you have and a neutral ink pad. But other than that, what you'll get from me is a packet of prepped supplies, and we create these projects together, and I take you through new and different techniques with some simple supplies that you might have on hand or you might want to add to your wish list. So if this is something that interests you, my clubs actually run for 6 months at a time. So the next one is going to be running from January this month until June, and then I run from July until December. How it works is like a purchasing plan kind of, and it really benefits you in the end. So Stampin' Up! Has a host reward program where if you collect orders or if you place an order of $200 or more, you start earning free stuff. It starts at 10%, it goes up to 16%. You can even get items for 50% off. And what I do is whatever my club members spend, like each club member is working towards their own pool of host benefits. So to be a club member, you sign up to spend a minimum of $35 each month on whatever you choose out of the catalog, and then you'll get the club cards for free. So it's a great way to, learn some new techniques and then also be able to get some items off your wish list too. And where the host benefits kick in is one of those months you will receive a shopping spree of at least $20. So this, I think I figured out the average for the last 6-month round. The average club member was redeeming $67 or something like that for free. Some of them earned hundreds of dollars for free. So whatever you spend over the 6 months is what you will earn. So we calculate it that way. It's really fun. So what are the benefits? Like as opposed to, say, like placing a big order yourself and then cashing in those benefits? Well, the benefits would be is if you're going to place that order anyways, why not join club and accrue those host benefits into a higher percentage? So if you place a $200 order, sure, you're going to get $20 free right now, but you're only earning 10%. With club, you actually can get to those higher percentages, like 16%, and get those 50% off items. So it works really, really well. And I've got stampers of all ages and experience levels working with me in club. It's great for new stampers because you can, with your order, you can purchase a kit or something that's going to give you some sayings and maybe even an ink pad. And then you can use those sayings and ink pad along with the cards that I prep for you, and you can learn even more techniques. So I mentioned that stampers are with me from all over Canada, and that is because these clubs are now 100% online. I've been on 100% online for nearly 2 years now. Before that, I was 100% in person, and we would all gather together here in my stamping studio, and we put the projects together. But now I've designed it so that no matter where you are, all you need is a saying stamp set and a neutral ink color, and you can put these projects together. Now I do use, I can't just use that. So I always have to step it up a bit and show you some different techniques and inspire you. But you can choose to do those cards in a very beginner level, or you can do them a little bit more advanced. So let me know if you're interested in being a part. There's also the ability to purchase your way into club. My clubs, you can be a member and choose to spend the minimum $35 order each month, or you can choose to prepay, and then it works out to only $15 per month. You need to prepay for the entire 6-month period. If you want to just drop in month to month, you can definitely do that as well. Then you don't have to commit for the 6 months. It's a minimum $35 order, and you get your cards free. That $35 doesn't accrue towards any host benefits. So that's the benefit, of course, of signing up for the 6 months, is that you are going to earn that shopping spree. But if you want the flexibility of month to month, you can just join me, 1 month at a time, or if you sign up late, that's fine too. If you watch this video and it's March, then just go month to month, and then who knows, maybe you want to sign up for the next round, right? You can also choose to purchase a drop-in, and that you don't need to order anything. It's $20 per month if you do the month to month, or like I said, if you're going to prepay for the 6 months, just contact me and it will be $15 per month. That's only available in January and just before July's club as well for those 6-month periods. So let me know if you want to be a part of club. I'd love to have you stamping along with me. We have so much fun. We do one event where it's similar to a Zoom, but it's on Google Meet as the platform, and you don't have to have an account or anything with Google Meet. It's just your Google account. So if you don't have a Gmail account, then you can quickly just set up an email associated with it, and that's just for security, so that nobody strange comes and joins the meetings. So that's one of the meetings, and then the other meeting is a Facebook Live that I do on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, and that video recording is available forevermore on Facebook and also on YouTube. So if you're curious what we've made before, take a look on my Facebook page or on YouTube, and you can see all of the projects from the last 1.5 years that we've put together. I've got videos and all kinds of tutorials, so if you're wondering and you're kind of thinking about it but you don't know what to expect, take a look there, and you'll have a better idea as to what I provide for my club members and then what kind of projects we make as well. So I want to thank you so much for joining me. I sure hope that I've covered everything on my list here. Yes. Oh, and I wanted to talk to you about some of the other ways that you can get inspiration. So I hope I provided inspiration for you today to think outside the box for your kits. But there are also some fantastic Facebook groups, and if you are interested, just let me know. I'd be happy to send you a link with some of those. One is a Paper Pumpkin fan club page, and sometimes the designs are better than the ones that Stampin' Up comes out with. I hate to say it. So that's why for Paper Pumpkin, I never not want to subscribe, because I know that even if the kit like isn't a perfect match to my style, I probably know somebody whose style it matches, and I know that I will get design inspiration with some of the posts on these Facebook pages too. So if you're interested, it's called Paper Pumpkin Fan Club, but if you want to drop me a line, I'd be happy to send that link to you too. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're inspired. I hope that you can have some fun with these beautiful little crafts that I've sent to you. And I also want to encourage you. I hope that you'll share your projects with me too and with each other. So feel free to reach out on my Facebook page or by email to kellyence@gmail.com. Send me your creations. I'd love to share them with the world as well, and just give you a round of applause. So thanks again for stamping with me, and I hope to stamp with you again very soon.